goes to her gynecologist. And the doctor says, what seems to be the problem? She says, I keep finding postage stamps from Costa Rica in my vagina. Doctor looks at her, examines her, starts to laugh. She says, why are you laughing? He says, those are not postage stamps from Costa Rica. Those are the stickers from the bananas.
I did join a dating site for people with MS. It's called Stumble. Swipe right, fall left. I'm falling apart. The doctor also told me recently I am pre-diabetic. He's yelling at me, stop with the wine, it's too much sugar. I was like, okay. I switched to vodka.
I lived in Arizona from 1999 to 2012. And I decided to leave because I didn't want to raise my son in a place where the Olive Garden was voted best Italian restaurant. The Olive Garden. If you're here, there's no fucking way you're Italian.
Have you ever been to a snobby, snooty, overpriced restaurant where they have an attendant in the men's room? I hate that. All the guy does is hand you a towel. You feel really guilty, got to tip him $1. I really hate that. I went out to dinner last week. I had diarrhea. Cost me $28. Enjoy your food. Eat up.
I was standing outside one of the comedy clubs. This homeless dude comes up to me, goes like, "Hey kid, can you spare $20?" Looked him dead in his face. I was like, "Dude," I was like, "I work in retail, drive a car from 2007, I went to Nassau Community." Took a step back. He was like, "Oh my God." Here's 40. I was like, what the
Connie's crazy. Connie was like, oh, the first Jews, they were black. I was like, okay. That's weird. But then I thought about it. I was like, oh my God, he's so right. The first Jews, they were black. That's why Moses split the sea, because they couldn't swim.
Tony, welcome to go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on? What? Alright, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knock 'em Dead comedy radio.
I just want to say thanks for making my millennium. Oh my gosh, wow. It's a love fest.
Yeah, you heard that story.
Yeah.
So I guess, should I tell it again?
Oh, yeah, if you want. I mean, yeah.
You know, you guys are into comedy. Does it really help when somebody gives the punchline?
I love that. That was awesome. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
It's Tuesday. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Diane is here.
Hi. Yay.
Yay. We're on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. I'm screwing up like crazy here. Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. And please share and subscribe and follow and do all that social media stuff that I have no idea what I'm talking about. We appreciate it very much. And we're live from Governor's Comedy Club. And we just watched Diane singing Chain of Fools, and we were trying to figure out what year that was.
And I finally said, how long are you going to let this thing play?
I was loving it.
It's going on forever.
I said, it's only 7 minutes. And she went, oh, God, no.
Oh, God, no.
Do you not like listening to yourself?
I don't mind. I just, 3
just
or
want to
4
get going.
minutes is fine. Yeah, it's 11:07. People are waiting.
I didn't take off work to watch videos of myself.
That's right.
See, greatest day of the week, says John. Tuesday, Ms. Diane is on the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show.
Good morning,
That's
Romeo.
Right. Ay, ay, ay. I'll have you know that after that little love fest last week with the flag and all that stuff, I said to him after the show, I said, first of all, you were classy as always with the whole discussion. But I did say to him, I go, but I know you, pal. I said, if that was a guy that said all that stuff that Diane said, you would have told that guy to go screw off and you would have hit him. He agreed. He said to me, he goes, you're absolutely right.
And I'm sure that's true, but I wholeheartedly believe in everybody's right to believe what they want to believe.
Oh, I'm not saying you...
No. And I know he would beat somebody else up, but he's not going to beat me up.
No, he's not going to beat you up.
No, because we love each other.
John says, he says, just fantastic. I'm assuming he's talking about the video. Yes. Of you singing Chain of Fools. It's Tuesday Trivia. We're going to get to that in a little while. Hope everybody's well. Thanks for joining us today. And speaking of baseball, I'm wearing my Mookie shirt.
Yes.
I'm going to the game tonight.
Are you really?
They
they're
better
going to win.
freaking win.
They're going to win. Listen, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah?
It's okay. I feel it's okay.
All right. I got to stick with you then.
Stick with me.
I'm getting nervous.
Don't be nervous. It's fine. I will say that I didn't watch all the games last week. I just kind of decided, I used the Mets as a distraction from some of the other not so happy things going on in the world. So I don't really pay attention to a lot of it. I'm aware of it, but I don't. I know people that just kind of watching the news constantly because they got to know every development every second, and I can't do it.
Me neither.
So the Mets are my distraction, but last week I had to stop with that distraction too. Just
because of world events? Okay.
No, because they were losing, and I just felt like, okay, I need to let them be for a little bit. So every day, obviously, I was checking the scores, but I wasn't watching the games. I was really happy about the game 3 nights ago, and then 2 losses. But
they've won one game out of their last 10.
I know, it's gonna be okay.
Killing me. And I think I said it on the show. A good friend of mine, one of my closest friends, a guy that Frank and I grew up with, Rob Safarth. He once in a while his name shows up that he watches. He was at the game Saturday in Philly because he lives down that way now, and that's when they won. So Rob brought good mojo, and I'm hoping to bring my
they
mojo
didn't just
tonight.
win; they broke records. That was amazing.
Yeah, but I think I would sacrifice records for more
I
wins.
understand, but they're coming. It's going to be okay. Listen, they're still a great team. We got some
yes.
pitching issues.
Yes,
it's not like
that's
all of a
why I'm
sudden we don't
nervous.
have a great team. We have a great team.
But I'm nervous. We're only halfway through. The pitchers are already showing signs of fatigue. Hey, get it together.
I think it's more than fatigue. I think it's So they have to work through whatever that is.
The All-Star break. Fatigue. We need this All-Star break. It's only another 2 weeks.
A couple of weeks. They're
we need
be fine.
Let these guys have a few days off.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
And if they don't win tonight, I'm gonna be mad.
You can be mad.
Okay, thanks.
That's okay.
All right. What should I do about it?
No. I'm probably gonna, drink a little tonight.
Oh yeah.
Probably, maybe.
Really? On a Tuesday night?
Well, it's Taco Tuesday.
So
I have some
drink.
frozen margarita slushies in the fridge. I'll, take it out. It's frozen we have this margarita mix
it's not even a mix. It's like margarita in a bottle. It's great stuff. And we pour it into the water bottles, the empty water bottles, and put them in the freezer.
Okay.
And then about an hour before we want to drink them, I put them in the refrigerator so they thaw out and get slushy, and then add a little extra tequila and Taco Tuesday.
Extra tequila. Nice.
I wasn't doing the extra tequila, but I did that on Sunday because Sunday was a day we really didn't go anywhere and do anything. It was great.
Good for you.
Oh, it was so good. It really was good. I needed it. And I had a little extra tequila on Sunday. It was good.
I recall very early on when you started coming in here that you said you don't really. You're not much of a drinker.
I drink beer. I'll have a beer occasionally, and then these little frozen margarita things. Yeah, because I squish them. Just a little bit of tequila on the top, not a lot. I don't do shots or anything like that. I don't go out and drink, but we were home by the pool.
You don't have to explain it. I'm totally fine with this. Are you worried that Mom's watching?
No, Mom, no. Mom knows we don't drink. I don't think my mother's ever seen, honestly, any of us drunk or even tipsy.
Really?
A little bit. Yeah.
Well, same. Frank and I,
we're
don't. Not drinkers. Yeah.
You know, my brothers, then we just don't really, we're not drinkers. We just drink a little beer. That's it. Neither of my parents were. And my dad was not a drinker. He would have beer, or if we went somewhere, he'd have a Mai Tai. Like, that was a big thing.
Whoa.
Mai Tai. No,
Stretching.
that's it. Yeah. No.
We grew up in a very strict Catholic household with my grandmother. And one night my mother came. It's the only time I ever remember seeing her drunk. But I was, I think, probably 9 or 10 at the most. So I didn't really understand what was going on. And at first she came in, she was just a little quiet, and she wasn't really saying much. And she went to the sink and she, hit the faucet. Back then it was tap water. So she's getting a glass of water, and my grandmother's talking to her. But again, you could see my mother was
Something
a little
was
off.
Yeah. Right? But you
So
didn't
my
know why.
grandmother says, and again, very strict Catholic house. We had the statue of the Virgin Mary in the front yard.
A strict Catholic household.
Big time. So my grandmother goes, she's starting to pick up on it. She goes, "What's the matter with you?" So if you're my grandmother, my mother goes, "What?" Like that.
That's great.
I laughed until my grandmother then started yelling and screaming at the top of her lungs, and then I was just like,
oh.
And I watched this whole thing as my grandmother
Mine was the
went to
opposite. I
town.
came from I had alcoholic grandparents
Oh, wow.
on my mom's side. My dad's parents I didn't know, but they were Irish, so.
There you go.
Died very young, both of them. And my grandmother and my grandfather on my mother's side were both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody ever said it, but that's what they were. We didn't talk about it, but absolutely, which is why my mother doesn't drink at all, like zero.
Wow.
None. But
we were so Catholic that like even the priests from Holy Family Church in Hicksville, they used to actually just come over and hang out. But there was this one priest, he wasn't from Holy Family, I don't even remember his name, but he was a friend of my grandmother's. But this guy was a fall down drunk. And
I think a lot of them were.
Yeah, probably. And I just remember it was a big deal at our house. One of my uncles was teasing him about something. There's a priest, he's drunk. And he went like that to my uncle. I think my grandma threw him out, if I remember right.
Really?
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
No.
Yeah. Mickey, that was awesome, Diane. You are smoking hot.
Thank you, Mickey.
All right. Frank says the video was from 2012.
2012, okay.
We were trying to figure that out.
Pre-Tammy.
Yeah, Frank, what year did you and Tammy start dating? Because Diane says she remembers you telling her about this girl that you
I
had
remember you
started.
coming for a rehearsal for something in my living room with your guitar and saying you were going to meet her somewhere and reconnecting with someone you had dated years before.
I don't think they dated, but I think
they
they
knew
worked
each
together.
other.
Yeah,
Well,
they
maybe they
definitely
worked
knew each
together.
other. Yeah,
Whatever.
there was something like that. Yeah.
So he was very excited about that. And I think that was the very end of 2013 or the very beginning of 2014.
And when did you get engaged? Was that 16?
Oh, I think I'm leaning towards more 2013.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so.
Okay. Romeo says you haven't changed a bit. Carol Minor says, yeah, the Rangers are having the same kind of season. It will be okay.
It will be okay, Carol. That's right. It'll be okay.
Fremder.
What do you say?
On Taco Tuesdays, I put my meal in a to-go box. Romeo says Mary on the half shell was on every front yard with the candle in the red case.
Mary on the half shell.
I don't know what that means.
That's that dome with Mary. The Virgin
Oh,
Mary
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mary on the half shell.
With the candle in the red
I
case.
never heard it called that, but I knew exactly what it was when you said it.
Now that it was explained to me, because I'm dumb, then it makes sense. Because that's exactly what we had. That dome, with Mary right in front of it. We didn't have a candle in it, though. At least I don't think we did. But, And I remember our grandmother was strict. There was one day she was looking out. Me and Frank and some of his friends, I believe, were out there. We were out in the front. She was looking out the window, and she claimed that one of Frank's friends looked at the statue and made a face. So that kid had to go.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. She used to tear our Beatle posters off the walls.
Yeah, I got to tell you, those things gave me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies. And I grew up Catholic, but not like that Italian Catholic Mary on the half shell thing. You know, the kind of Catholic where your parents make you go for religion classes, walk up to Our Lady of Grace Church. We were Our Lady of Grace, but they didn't go to church themselves.
Right.
And but I find those things to be a little creepy. I will tell you. So Anthony's Italian. His dad came off the boat. His former wife was also very, very Italian. Both of her parents, they spoke Italian. They didn't even speak English.
Wow.
And his house had a lot of those things on the wall. There are still some. And I've been living in that house for 4 years now. I wouldn't dare remove them, but they do give me a little bit of the creepy jeebies. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask why.
I don't really know why.
I
mean, I don't care one way or another, whatever makes you feel okay, but
I'm with you to a certain extent. And we'll get to Romeo's phone call, and then we'll continue that. Hello, Romeo.
Good morning.
Oh, I need my headphones. Where are they?
Right there. Yep, that's it. Right there.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
So,
I don't want to knock this over.
Hello.
How are you, sweetie?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. How's Anthony doing?
He's good. Yeah.
Excellent. Great.
Yep.
So I'm going to shock you a little bit.
Okay.
And tell you about my childhood.
Okay.
I was an altar boy.
Oh, I believe
that. Really? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, you talk about Mary on the half shell. We named that because I lived in the South Bronx, and it was very ethnic. All right, and if you owned a private house, you must have Mary on the half shell.
Mm-hmm.
And the priest, you would go to the local parish and ask the priest to bless it. All right, and the priest would not bless it unless you purchased a candle with a red case with a gold top, and every night you had to light it.
I gotcha.
All right, and it would illuminate all night long. It was almost like the American flag, where you took the flag down at night.
Right, and then put it back up in the morning. Yeah,
and then you would put it up in the morning. All right. Well, as an altar boy, I used to get $1. All right, the priest used to give me $1 to where we would go to the house and he would bless it. All right, and there was a little incense involved, and it was one of the greatest scams in the world because he would do this after school. And it was a wonderful time to make extra money.
That's
right. But the only reason why I was an altar boy is because I got $2 for a funeral and $5 for a wedding.
That's great.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Tony would have been a perfect altar boy. All right, you really would. You would have been a perfect altar boy.
You know, interestingly, you were not an altar boy, huh? Because you just grew up in such a strict Catholic household.
I honestly don't know why they didn't push me to do that. I don't. But I used to actually go and occasionally help out around a little bit here and there until the priest made a move on me. and that was the end of that.
Yeah, well, Well, my mother. I don't know if you ever heard of the Holy Rosary Society and the Holy Name Society.
Yep.
The Holy Name Society was for men, and the Holy Rosary Society was for women.
Right.
And they would meet. It was a coffee clutch type of thing. I don't know what the men did, but I know with the women it was like a coffee clutch. But my mother would volunteer to clean the church, all right, and the altar every month.
Wow, that's a big job.
Yeah, they would come with their aprons and their buckets and their whole 9 yards and their pledge, and they would do the whole entire church. They would wipe down the pews.
Wow.
The only thing they wouldn't do was the floors, because I think there was some kind of marble floors or something like that, But that was it was a very religious time of my life that lasted until I was 14 years old and I met Jane Lanos. But that's another story.
What did he say?
Oh, I just meeting a girl.
I got you.
Discovering girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yep.
Yeah, good old Gene. What a memory. Wherever you are, Gene. All right, I still remember you under the staircase. I have to go. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Love you. Bye.
Oh, I'll have to watch that back. I want to get that girl's name, and then I want to look her up.
Jean something.
Yeah, Jean something. I thought at first he said Jane, but Jean. Yeah, I'll have to watch this back later and then look on Facebook. Can you imagine we find this girl?
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing for her though. Don't do that.
She'll love it.
No, she probably won't.
John would love it.
She probably got married years later and told her husband she was a virgin. So you don't want to ruin that.
Well, maybe her and John just kissed.
Yeah,
Or maybe
I'm sure
they
that's
just-
what happened under the staircase.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, they kissed and then went out for ice cream. Yeah, the statues kind of freaked me out a little bit too. You know what it is?
My grandmother had one in her. I don't even know what I was doing in that drawer, but I remember opening one of her drawers. She lived with us, and she lived in Astoria for years, and we would go visit her there. But I have a memory of when she moved in with us. I was about 14, and opening one of her drawers and lifting up something, and there was like the Virgin Mary laying in the drawer.
Oh my goodness!
She was terrified. She was so afraid. She would always say things like, God is gonna punish you, or and you know what? I thought, no, I don't really think that's how it works. Like, I just never really believed that's how it worked. So, but she was terrified, and I thought, what kind of life is that you need to be afraid all the time?
Well, yes. All right. So yes, I agree. There is, and it even goes on today with various religious groups. They spread so much fear.
I don't like it.
But then you look at the Bible. I mean, there's a lot of darkness in the Bible. There's a lot of disturbing stuff going on
There
in there.
sure the heck is.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
But that's where I get confused. What do I do with this? I
had someone tell me, not Catholic, very recently, someone had passed that they were close to, and they were so happy that person had out loud accepted Jesus as the Savior before they passed. And he's like,
Okay.
thank God, now she's going to go to heaven.
Right.
And he continued the conversation saying, that's how you go to heaven. You don't have to be a good person to go to heaven. And immediately I shut off, because I think, well, if you don't have to be a good person to go to heaven, I don't really want to go there anyway. Doesn't matter to me. So I would rather just be as good a person as I can possibly be and not worry about all that other stuff or say out loud, because I don't know what I believe. I don't know if I believe there's a heaven. I don't know if I believe any of it. So I just don't run my life that way. But I grew up with people who, were believers, and, again, believe what you want to be. But I have to believe that if there is a God, then and everybody believes their version of what they think that is, I believe that you absolutely positively have to be a good person to get into heaven. That, being a shithead and then going to confession and saying, Jesus is my Savior does not get you into heaven. You have to be a good person. Otherwise, I just choose not to believe.
Right, I can't imagine.
So I have to believe you have to be a good, and I mean a good person. Not I think they should do this. You need to be a doer. You need to say a prayer for somebody and then go help them. right? Don't thoughts and prayers are no good without action.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah.
good thoughts, good prayers. What can I do to help you? That's what you need to get into heaven. That's what I think.
Well, I'm not arguing with people who say, yeah, as long as you accept Jesus, even on your deathbed, you're okay. Because there's got to be something about, what if you're dying in your 90s and you spent 80 of those years being a piece of shit?
Correct.
Like, why don't we all just be scumbags until our dying day? Like, there's got to be more. There's got to that
I
part
think my
confuses
point
me.
is I'm not a good person because I believe that's what God wants me to do.
Right.
I just love people. And
Yeah,
I
sure.
want to help them. And I think that for most people that's the case. And I think this whole, oh, well, if you don't do this, then you're not going to, I just don't believe it.
And you're not sure about heaven. Have you ever had, maybe? Well, I was going to say in a dream, but like in real life, like you saw somebody that has passed. You ever have an experience like that?
I've had dreams about people that
Yeah.
but I can't say that they came to me and spoke to me or anything like that.
I worked with a guy. I'll never forget it.
I do kind of believe there's an afterlife. I
Oh,
do
yeah.
believe. I think I just can't imagine that all of a sudden in 1 second you're gone, and none of it ever happened. I don't believe
Yeah.
that, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, you'll find out eventually.
Somebody told me the other day they think I got burned at the stake. That's how I died in my last life because I hate the heat so much. And then I came back as a really good person.
Oh.
But, who knows? I'm just throwing that out there. Somebody mentioned it to me the other day.
Wow, that's
I
deep.
know it was kind of a gory thing to say.
Yeah.
But
I'm just a simple slob. So I'm like, yeah, she's always hot. Simple as that. Even in 0-degree weather, she's still hot. A buddy of mine, a guy I worked with, I'll never forget it. His father was dying, but he was home. I guess, maybe.
my dad died at home, too.
Okay. So, yeah, maybe, they had, hospice care
Yes,
or what in
yes.
the house. And my buddy and his dad were watching TV. He was dying. He was going to go anytime, but he was still coherent
Okay.
sometimes. So they're watching TV together, and my buddy looks over and notices his father is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Goes over to him, does a, he said it was so quick. Like he started the compressions. Father came right back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said he barely did anything. He said, but his father was back. And the first thing the father said, he looked right at him. He said, "Why'd you do that? It was so nice there."
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
whoa!
No, that's
stuff,
cool.
yeah, I get-
I believe that stuff.
No, absolutely, but just to
'cause
hear
that's
that stuff,
personal
you know.
experience instead of somebody
Right,
just saying,
right.
this is going to happen to you.
Right.
Like, nobody knows what's going to happen to you. Nobody knows.
You know, I'm thinking now. It just hit me. There was a man I knew. Frank, remember? It was a neighbor. His name was Mr. Williams, and this guy, I don't know how old he was at the time. We were so little. He seemed ancient to us. For all I know, he was in his 50s. I have no idea. But we used to go.
Seemed old, though. I know.
Yeah, and he was not in good health. And he would sometimes his wife would just have him sit outside.
Mhm.
Sometimes in a wheelchair, sometimes not. But he would just sit there taking in the fresh air. So a bunch of us neighborhood kids, we would actually go and hang out with him because we felt
That's
bad.
nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But there was one time with him, he had an incident where, he went. And he said he said it was just like you hear or what they do on TV. Because there was a tunnel, there was a light at the end. He goes, and I walked down, and I saw my mother, and he starts listing all these people he saw, and they told him, not your time yet, and they sent him back. That stuff just, like you said, it's nice to believe, but when you hear personal
when you hear
experiences,
people
like,
who
holy shit.
have some, I agree.
And I think with the statues, they're just so depressing.
I agree.
And that was always one of my issues with Catholic
It's
Church.
like a baby cherub thing. It's like this little sculpture thing, and it's got these two little baby cherubs with little wings on them. I walk by it and I go, "What is that? I don't understand." And I have a little picture of Kian from preschool hanging over it, like, because I wouldn't dare take it down, but
Right.
it's just creepy.
Probably like when did we all start getting computers? Early 2000s, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So probably around that time. I don't remember which one it was, me or my wife. One of us who I don't even remember which one of us, but it was printed out like we found on the internet paintings of Jesus smiling. And there's one picture, he's holding a baby, and he's just looking, the baby's laughing, he's laughing. I found that so refreshing, because I'm just so used to all these...
Right? I know. I don't... And you know all those statues are created by men, so what were they thinking? Why wouldn't you create a more joyous image of the image that you want people to worship?
Right.
It just, none of it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And I guess what doesn't make sense to me is the man-made parts of it, right? And otherwise the rest of it's fine.
And that's another reason why...
Faith is great. If that's, I'm all for it. And especially if it fills you and fulfills you in some way.
Right.
And but it should direct you to help other people who maybe don't have it.
But like you just said, it was man-made. That became part of my issue with Catholic Church also. Like, we worship the Pope, and I'm not trying to take anything away from me. Every single Pope, they're supposedly great people. They do wonderful things, but people praise him, or whichever Pope at the time, they praise him like he's Christ, and he's not. He's a normal man.
Correct. This Pope seems to understand that, and I think
Yes.
the last one did as
Yes,
well.
yes, I agree.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. Did you have you seen Conclave yet?
No.
You should
I know.
see
I know.
it.
I really want to see it. I forgot all about it.
It humanizes
Yeah.
these men, just like you said, they're men.
Yeah. Do you ever see Religulous?
No.
It's what's his name? Bill Maher.
Okay.
I'm not a big Bill Maher fan,
Mhm.
and the movie.
I have moments.
Yeah,
with Bill Maher.
I
On
actually
and off.
I do find lately I'm having more on moments than I ever did. But
I'm on and off with it, and then other
Yeah.
times I go, oh, Bill.
yes,
You know.
yes.
You know. Yeah.
This movie, that's exactly what it takes on. Like myth versus reality when it comes to Christ and faith. I don't believe a lot of the movie, but I found it entertaining and even thought provoking a little bit. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah. Do you remember when they first built Levitt houses, the 40s or 50s? They were very simple and they were built all the same. And one of the selling points, you go into the house and they had the staircase in the living room, and then had the wall that ran along the staircase. Yeah. And one of the latest and greatest ideas they had was inside that wall was a carving, and a TV sat in there.
Oh, okay.
So and the whole idea with the Levitt houses was to make cheap houses for the vets who were coming home from World War II or Korea. And so that was like the whole, technologically advanced. We have a TV inside the wall. So every Levitt house had this. And my grandparents, they bought a Levitt house in the early 50s in Hicksville. They were the original owners. So as time went on, they eventually took the TV out. Because eventually TVs sat on a TV stand.
Right.
My grandmother took that hole where the TV was and expanded it. She had this statue of the Virgin Mary inside it, probably as tall as you, with beads and little things and trinkets and pictures. We did the rosary. It wasn't every night, but it was almost every night. We had to sit around doing the rosary. If there was a major storm outside, we had to drop what we were doing and do the rosary to pray that we were safe. And yeah, it was it was funny because my grandmother would lead the whole thing, and you could see it. My mother, my brother, and I would.
Come on already. Right. I know.
And I'm not trying to
You know
be
what?
disrespectful.
And honestly, no, but you're not. But it doesn't. And I'm all for, again, the person who has the faith and they believe they should do all those things. But to have people doing it who really are not there of their free will is just a waste of everybody's time.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
You know what? I mean, you did it to make your grandmother happy. That was really the only thing you succeeded in doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and to her credit, I guess I do have beliefs that are based on what her teachings and going. I enjoyed going to church as a kid. I
did too.
I enjoyed. Well, we didn't go Sunday school. We actually went Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed it.
To religion.
So, so I have my beliefs. They're cemented in there. So I guess it's it's okay.
Yeah. And, let's face it, religion rules most of this world. I mean,
true.
What people do and how they do it and why they do it and, peace and war and death and destruction and building and all of it happens in some way because religion has some kind of base in all of it.
Got all that going on with Palestine. It's all religious
regardless
based.
of what you think about the Catholic Church or, if you're a member of the Catholic Church or you're not, that Pope is important to the world in a lot of ways because he's very influential to a massive amount of people. And so it matters to all of us, whether we believe it or not, it matters. And for me, it matters. I'm happy with the choice we have now, but it absolutely matters. And it's going to forever. It's not going to go away.
No, I agree. Let's check your comments, see what's going on here. Ann is watching. Hello, Ann. Yes, Frank met Tammy in December 2013. They worked together in 1993.
I remember.
Right, and then, got engaged in 16. Yeah.
See?
Yep.
I knew.
Oh, okay. Wow, you're good. Ann says, good morning, Fremder. Yesterday, my wife came home with an electric toothbrush for me. I didn't know whether to clean my teeth or brush my balls. What? Frank, Grandma said Elvis was the devil and the Beatles were his disciples.
The devil.
Yeah, the devil music. Yeah, my grandmother, I'll never forget it. We were listening to, I had Let It Be playing in my room, and my grandmother came bursting in demanding I take it off. I was like, what?
Why?
Because she swore, let it be. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. My grandmother swore Mother Mary was slang for marijuana. And I said, and I actually knew at the time how I knew this already. I have no idea, but I turned. I said, no. Paul McCartney's mother is named Mary, and she was dead. Paul McCartney's mother died when he was 14.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't have it.
She wouldn't have it.
She wouldn't have
Couldn't
it.
believe it.
So me being me, I think it was the next day, maybe 2 days later, I put on the Beatles' White Album, and I blasted Why Don't We Do It in the Road. But I played dumb when my grandmother couldn't get into my room fast enough when she heard that. What is this one? What is this? And I said, why don't we do it on the road? It's something about cars. No. She eventually got her hands on that White Album. Yeah, we had to buy a new one without her knowing. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Fremder, I'm Jewish, so my Mary on a half shell is served with Tabasco sauce.
Tabasco.
Father, first name Peter, last name File. Yeah. All these stories about priests makes you think, what do they see in those little shits? Yes, it's true. And I've been hearing a lot about that. Hearing a lot about what? Oh, John said he heard that it's... Oh, he's telling Ann that it's hot here on the East Coast. Yeah, it's brutal.
Oh.
So Ann said, yeah, she heard about that. Luckily, we have gotten too hot yet. Probably haven't gotten too hot. Haven't gotten too hot yet, but it's coming. July, we'll see 118 degrees. Wow. Scott says, me watching this show is my ticket to heaven. That's funny, Scott. That's funny. The priest and his choir sing songs in A minor. Yeah. That's why there is purgatory, to cleanse your soul on the way to heaven. Yeah, a lot of people tell you there is no such thing as purgatory.
Yeah. Well, nobody knows.
Yeah. Vicky, I know I'm going to hell, but at least I'll be with friends.
You'll be in good company.
Fremder says, it's so hot my nipples just slipped off. Scott, that's why I identify as a puppy, just like the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven. Vicky says, my statuses are guardian of their galaxy. Okay. I think the first drink to come out of a vending machine was Jesus juice. What? Just when I start to trust them, I read...
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Really?
The biggest sport in Italy, lacrosse. Why am I laughing? And I'm spiritual. God is my higher power. I'm into astrology. I believe in reincarnation. Power of the planets do affect our lives. Okay. And there's John kissing her ass. Oh, that's cool.
What?
John kissing
He's
up to
being
Ann.
supportive. That's being a good human.
He's kissing up.
He's being a good human being. He's being a friend.
He's
Stop picking on him. I'm not gonna have it.
He's perverted. He's just
You're
thinking about
so
one
jealous.
thing.
Oh my God! Stop it.
Has nothing
You're
to do with
always
jealousy.
trying to,
John, Sherry, you got to
make
brainwash
trouble.
how she's yelling at me over
You're
you.
trying to make trouble with him.
I
He's not
know
looking-
that,
you
man.
told me after the show last week, you called him to say, "Oh, tell me the truth. You would have beat up a guy." You're just trying to stir shit. Stop it.
I'm not stirring anything. I
You
had
are
my
too.
one-on-one conversation where he
You're-
admitted that he was kissing your butt.
Huh? No, he didn't. He just said he would beat up a guy. If it,
Okay, which translates
but
to
not
him.
me. So we're
If it
Get
was,
over it.
If it was a guy, he would have been yelling and screaming. The next day, we had a similar conversation with Mike Kaplan, and John went to town on him. It's all because of hotness, which is why it had nothing to do with, anything else.
not true.
Mike had a very similar take as you did. He tore Mike's head off.
I don't know what to tell you. He doesn't love me because of this.
I'm not saying that.
You said hotness.
It's not the sole reason. It's the biggest reason.
Keep backpedaling. Go ahead. Move on. What else do we have?
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Oh, here he goes. Oh.
That's so cool, Ann. Oh, Annie, that's so cool. I love you, Annie.
So jealous of you and your
Tony,
relationships. He
You
really is.
don't fool me, you pervert.
Tony, I want you to have love in your heart. All right? You don't have love in your heart, Tony.
I have plenty of love in my heart.
Jealousy
I put up with you. That shows you how much love I
You have to have
have.
love for your fellow man.
I agree.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I admire you and your efforts and how you brainwash these beautiful women. Yes, absolutely.
No. There's no brainwashing, all right? People realize a good person when they see it.
Oh, he is. You don't have no idea how much he's going to be laughing when he hangs up that phone.
I know. Well.
See, he can't even hold it back.
Walker, you suck.
And he says that with them in the most loving way
in
possible.
the most loving way.
That's
exactly right.
I knew it.
He doesn't know the first thing about astrology. He doesn't give a flying fuck.
He said it's cool.
Yeah, because he's kissing up to Ann.
No, he's not.
Oh, Ann, that's so.
Listen.
Ann could write, "I just beheaded my mother this morning," and he'd go, "Oh, that's so cool, Ann."
That's not true.
Maybe
That's
she
not
deserved
true.
it.
I just ate my puppy. That's so cool, Ann.
Listen, Walker. When you and I went through this week privately,
yes,
all right, and you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
The only thing I can tell you is you got to have love in your heart. Off the air. I want you to fill Diane in because
Yes.
it can't be. You can't make this shit up.
Okay, I'll remind him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
All right, I love you guys. All right, but just remember one thing: you got to have love in your heart.
Thank you. You should be.
That's it.
You should be Pope.
I should be Pope. Yeah. Pope of this. Goodbye.
Oh, goodness. Fremder, I don't believe in God. I believe we are the gods of our own life. Through interaction and reaction with others, we write our own path to the end. The constant evolution of the energy in our soul.
That was very deep, and I think I think that's really the truth how he feels, and I think I feel the same.
And he agrees with me. He just called him John Perviello.
No.
Thank you, Fremder. Thank
Again, jealousy.
you. Yes. Frank wants us to talk about what? The baseball name I just sent you. Oh, is he talking about that email he sent this morning? About the new the guy that just was signed by the Mets?
He did, but I don't know anything about it. I didn't read it. I didn't.
Frank doesn't
His
read.
name.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
his
just
name.
his
Talk
name.
about his name. Go ahead.
Dickie Lovelady.
Dickie Lovelady has just been brought up to the Mets.
He was signed by the Mets.
Dickie
yeah.
Lovelady.
Dickie Lovelady. Yeah, that sounds like a porn name. Fremder, I can't wait for tomorrow so I can tell Mike that he looks like the sperm that never made it. Whoa!
Wow, that's not very nice.
That's crazy. All right, I'll stick with
What
baseball.
happened to digging your own path to the end, or
Yeah, spreading good energy.
Spread good energy.
You're spreading a mess. You're spreading something else that nobody else wants. All right, yeah, I'll talk baseball for a second. Let me ask you your opinion on this.
My opinion.
What is the fascination of catching foul balls?
I think I always just thought it was a souvenir thing.
But you can go to the concession, you can go to the gift shop and buy
catching a
them.
ball that's been hit by a major leaguer is a big deal, I think. Exciting for a kid, for an adult. I think that's what that's all about.
I mean,
you get to catch a foul ball at a baseball game, a real major leaguer hit during a real major league game. If you're a baseball fan, that's just what better souvenir than that? To me, that's just a simple thing. That's why I think people do it. I wouldn't necessarily stand out there with a glove, but for the people that do, I think good for them.
Sometimes it's weird to me, like just how crazy people get over it.
Well, yes, and I've seen people interfere with plays and do stupid things and then get ejected. You don't want to do that, but I think it's great.
Check out this video. This came out like a week or so ago of a woman going after a foul ball.
She was not going to let that one get away. I got it! I got it! How about the fan behind her?
Well, she didn't interfere with anything. It looks like she's on the other side of a gate. It went up and over, right?
Flabbergasted.
Yeah, she didn't interfere with anything. No, she didn't interfere with anything. But, I mean, she dove, landed flat on her belly on the dugout. Like, that's extreme. Like you want a foul ball that bad? I bet you a year from now she won't even be able to tell you who hit that ball.
Oh, I guarantee you she knows who hit that ball and will always know.
Yeah?
Yes.
I don't know, that's just...
Yes.
And I'll be the first to admit, and I'm sure Frank probably can't type fast enough. We were at a Ducks game years ago. A foul ball came our way, and it was coming right for us. And Frank actually remembers it better than I do. But what did he say? He said that I said, like, get out of the way, it's mine, or something like that.
You don't remember?
And no, I don't remember. And I think, I don't even remember the details right. I think it hit my hand and then it fell, and I ended up getting it. Did I get it? I think I got it. But if I remember, I think I even fell, like, trying to get it and stuff. But yeah, after the fact, I'm like, what the hell was that?
Well, it's a Ducks game too. I mean, it's still fun. Still fun.
I
mean,
fun,
for one of
yeah.
my kids, because we did take our kids to a few Ducks games, when they were younger, and we always had a great time. And to catch a ball and then have them have it as a souvenir, that would be fun.
That's a completely different thing, in my opinion. Because you give a young kid, it's a cool thing to catch and give it to them. But I don't know, like when you're an adult and you're not there with kids, I don't know, like maybe trying, like me and you, like trying to win over each other. That's funny to me, but the actual...
My mom has a baseball signed by the 1969 Mets, and it's a dirty baseball. It was actually used in a game.
Nice.
And my uncle... I think my uncle got it for her. He was a jockey back in the day and then a trainer, and he knew some important people and was able to get that for her.
Wow.
And, she's 90. She treasures it. It's in her little room, and
but I would treasure because of the signatures.
She gave it to my nephew.
Wow.
That's not true. She did give it to him. I remember a few years back, but it's in a case, and she treasured that for a long time.
Yeah, but I would treasure that because of the signatures, not so much because it's a game.
But it was a real ball. It was, it wasn't just like a souvenir ball that was signed. It
right.
Was,
No, and believe me, I have a few game balls. One that was used in a game. It's not even signed by anybody. Just I don't even remember. Yeah. Somebody gave it to me. It was used in a game. And then there was a player who grew up in Islip. His name was Tom Verizor. He played for Cleveland. He played for Detroit. Played for Chicago Cubs, and then he had maybe a year or two at the Mets. Solid defensively. His
not
bat
a superstar.
was and has since passed. But I have a game ball signed by him, and I do. I love it, but at the same time, I'm like, who cares? I don't know. It's weird to me.
It's a memory. That's you care. It's a memory.
But it's more about the signature. Like I just bought a ball. I have I think around 30 different Mookie Wilson autographs, most of which I did not obtain myself, but. Peter's new sponsor, Coaches. Oh shit, I forget what they're called. They just put up a whole bunch of Mookie Wilson signed balls. So I was like, oh, I got to check that out. Let me see what that's about. And there was one, and it said on the ball 1986 World Series.
Wow.
And it's signed by Mookie Wilson, but he actually writes, and it gets through Buckner. I'm like, I got to have that.
Awesome.
Yep. So I jumped on that and I bought one.
Oh, that's great.
Coaches Collectibles. Peter's brand new sponsor, just started sponsoring him last week.
Cool.
Peter, today at 1 o'clock. But yeah, I don't know. It just, but sometimes I'm like I watch these people with the foul balls. I'm like, who cares?
I think when they get a little crazy to get it, but
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
if it's coming over and somebody's going to get it and you want it, you got to fight for it, right?
One time I was at Citi Field. It was me, my buddy Joe Murphy, a few other people, but Joe Murphy was right next to me, and they're shooting. They have those guns that shoot the shirts.
Yeah.
There's one coming right for. Same thing. Like you could just feel it. Joey and I were like, we just knew it was. Just as it hits our hands, the next thing I remember is darkness.
Somebody knocked you out?
A guy behind us literally jumped, off of his feet, knocked us both over. I'm on the floor, at our seats. I'm on the floor, and Joey's on top of me, and that guy's on top of him.
Oh my God!
And
yeah, that's too much.
That's way too much.
It is.
And I just remember darkness. I was like, and I remember actually saying to myself, "Where am I?" Then I realized that
You got hit.
that was the closest, probably since I was a kid, of getting into a fight.
Wow.
This cheap, stupid shirt that shrinks after one wear. You actually knocked us on our asses so you can catch one?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I wanted to murder that prick. Oh, makes me mad.
Probably some alcohol involved in that too.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely right. Let's see. Friend, talking about all these priests, it's better to have love in your heart than in your fart. And there it is. Frank says, what about the foul ball? You almost got it, the duck chain. Oh, so I didn't catch it? I didn't get... Did it hit my hand and then it flew away and then what? Somebody else got it? I don't
Thank
even remember.
God you have Frank to remind you of all these things because
My memory is
he remembers
awful.
all the details. Yeah.
I'll remember certain details, like the murder mysteries that I do. The cast members will say, where was it that this happened? I'll tell you. Oh, yeah, it was at this place and this happened and these guys were in that cast. I've had my own comedy troupe since 2002.
And you remember all of them.
I can just about all of them, and I can tell you who was in that show.
Anthony's got a memory like that.
And yeah, and the
He
cast
remembers
is always shocked.
Everything. It's crazy.
But when it comes to stupid stuff like that, yelling for everybody to get out of my way because I'm going to catch a foul ball, like that stuff I don't remember because I'm not
here's
always.
the stuff he remembers. And this is just, when I watch a movie or something, and then I look the person up to see how old they are, or if they're, And we watched this, not even a good movie the other night, Dark Tide with Halle Berry, and it was it was like a shark movie that she did with the guy, and I looked up to see if she married him because I thought she married him, and she did. In real life, and I looked and I said, oh, look, Halle Berry is exactly the same age as us. Her birthday's right in between. And Anthony said, yeah, I know, August 14th, 1966.
Oh, my goodness.
He remembers. I am telling you, if any show you're watching on TV or any movie, and I go, I wonder how old they were when they did that. Well, they were born this year, and this movie was made so they were this old when they made the movie. He doesn't even have to look it up.
Yeah.
He looks it up. He remembers. He knows when everybody was. I'm like, that's a little creepy. He knew exactly the date she was born.
There's a show Monday nights here, Steve Squared. It's two guys named Steve. The older Steve, same thing. Music and movies, and maybe even a little sports. This guy, he just rattles it.
He knows music and movies really movies.
But
crazy.
Last night, this guy, he went back. Was it James Cagney? Maybe I don't know. It was something from like the 40s. He even knew that.
Wow.
That's
impressive.
Like, because sometimes he likes to go back and forth with me because I'm halfway decent with movies, not birthdays, but like casts. I can tell you what somebody's been in.
Right.
So sometimes
Well, we do that a lot. What has that person been? Oh,
Yeah,
people that
that
are
I'm
in
good at.
household names, but you recognize them from
Yes.
something else. Yeah, so sometimes I have to look that
Right.
up. But
Well-
he'll usually know.
which is why I looked up Bill Smitrovich.
Yeah.
And I was saying it yesterday on the show. I did an interview with him. It went well. I've become that guy's best friend. That guy is texting me.
I watched a little bit
every
of
day.
your show this morning,
Oh.
yesterday's
Well,
show.
thanks.
I just kind of, I was, as I was getting ready this morning, I was listening to it, and I did say that he's been texting you, and now
Yeah.
you're best friends.
Yeah,
That's
we're
good.
talking about Met games and movies. I'm like,
That's very nice.
oh, it is.
Look
It
at
is
that.
nice, but it's still, it's surreal though to a certain extent. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm good with faces too. I'm awful with names, but I can tell you. Oh, I worked with that guy years ago.
Right.
When I worked at
I'm
Publishing
not good
Clearinghouse.
with names either,
Oh,
and I feel
terrible
bad
names.
about that.
Yes, I do too.
But I'm a good wingman. Like I do that whole. Anthony was like, "Oh God, what's that guy?"
Hi,
What's
I'm
her name?
Diane. Yeah,
I go, "I got you.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Diane." What
Yeah.
And then I go back and go, "Susan." I know how to do that, but
Yeah.
I'm not good with names either.
I get on Lisa. Not now, but years ago she used to get on me. Thanks for introducing me. I didn't remember the name. So now I do that no matter who I'm with. I do it all the time. I'll turn to whoever
This
I'm
is
with.
Lisa.
Well,
Don't know
or
who you are.
I'll say as we're approaching the person, I say, look, don't get mad if I don't introduce you. I just don't know this guy's name.
I do the same thing.
And then I almost kind of leave it up to the person I'm with. You can either introduce yourself and we can get a name or not, but don't get mad if I don't
Right, and
introduce
I
you
worry
because I
if
don't
people
remember
come
names.
up to me and say, "How you doing?" "No, I'm great." Da 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 da. And then I said, "Anthony, I have no idea who that was."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not even recognizable face. I just don't know.
That's happened to me a handful of times. Yeah, I don't even, I have no idea.
And I'm sorry, but I can't introduce you if I don't know who it is.
Right. Vicky, she's laughing at the brothers. Too funny. Frank is a fast typer. Scott, Tony, now pray the rosary every Friday. I should do that. That would be wild. Fremda, let me rephrase that. A handsome sperm. Oh, all right. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Can you imagine doing the rosary every Friday? Oh, my goodness. We used to have a religious show in here on Sundays. Didn't last too long. But, yeah, they started asking for money and stuff. So, but and asking about almost catching things, my daughter and I saw Eddie Money concert in the park. Drummer threw a drumstick out and hit her finger, and then it bounced to a guy behind us. You remember years ago?
I sang with Eddie Money.
Oh, that's right. Remember you told me that. John Blenn, who you guys know, he's in here all the time.
Mhm.
He helped Eddie develop he eventually made a musical, 2 Tickets to Paradise.
Yes.
John Blenn was very instrumental in putting that together. Yeah, they were close
Small
friends.
world.
Yeah. Originally from Levittown, right? The town that we're in.
Yeah.
Was it Levittown or Bethpage? No, I think it was Levittown. Eddie Mahoney is his real name. Yeah. And that's
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know he was a Levittown guy?
No, I didn't know Mahoney. I knew he
yeah.
was from here because I sang with him here in East Meadow. It was a club. I don't remember the name of it anymore. The guys who were his band when he was in New York doing events were the drummer was God, I can't think of any of their names now. I went to high school with them.
What, he had a band of local guys?
Yeah. And they also had a band called Tom Pantaleo. He's Rocky on WBAB.
Oh, okay.
So he was the drummer in that band, and he and Steve Ronson was a guitar player, and Kevin can't think, that'll come to me. They were his
Pollock.
band, his backing band when he would do events in New York, and I had done a couple. They reached out to me to do a couple of private party gigs where they didn't typically have a female singer, but the people were requesting a female singer.
Right.
So I did it. They were terrific. I loved them. And one night I had a gig at the main event in Farmingdale with my band Sweaty Betty, and we were doing a gig there, and they reached out and said, "Hey, we're going to be playing at such and such a place in, I think it was East Meadow, or Wantagh, and Eddie's gonna come down and sing a few songs. Why don't you come down?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, I have a gig, but afterwards I'll pack up and see if we can race over there." And sure shit, we packed up quick and raced over there. And he was up there singing, and I got to do a couple of songs with him. I got to do,
Be My Little Baby?
I did. I got to.
Just like Diane said.
Yes, just Ronnie Spector. I get to do the Ronnie Spector part with him. I have photos actually, and it was a lot of fun.
And I bet he was the coolest guy to you afterwards,
He was very
right?
nice.
Yeah,
it was
I've heard
just
that.
really
yeah.
great.
Wow, he's been gone, probably good 10 years now? Give or take?
Not that many, I don't think.
No? He had a bad cancer, if I remember right?
Yeah, he only died a few years ago because one of the guys at work said to me, they knew I had sung with him, and
He died on my wife's birthday.
Oh, really?
In 2019.
Yeah, see, not that long ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago. Wow. Yeah, I heard he was a lot of fun.
Here we go, look.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, sure.
Will it? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, look, there's Diane and Eddie Money.
Yeah, that was a fun night. I can't remember the name of the place, of the venue.
He looks really good, especially since it's dated 2020.
Well,
and he was already dead, so he looks really good in that picture.
This was us singing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Nice to add to your resume.
Well, it's not really resume. It was just a fun thing I did, and that was probably like 2010 ish. Wow. Really, when that happened. Yeah.
So Ann's talking about the drummer threw the stick, hit her daughter's finger. Do you remember like 20, 30 years ago? You know Rod Stewart likes to kick soccer balls out into the crowd. Remember one guy got hit in the face? He sued Rod Stewart.
Like I know that's terrible when somebody gets hurt.
Yeah. I didn't catch it, but I got a drumstick from Chad Smith, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, that's cool.
He's a great drummer. He was in the band with Sammy Hagar called Chickenfoot. I don't know if you went to go see Chickenfoot, and I'm just standing there, and I see this guy, and I'm a big Van Halen guy, so I've actually seen this guy at other Van Halen concerts and events. He's a little guy. He's got this big bandana that's bigger than his head. But he's running right towards me.
Oh, wow.
To the point where I started to brace myself. I was like, why is this guy about to tackle me? And I was with my buddy Sal Couture, and he elbows me. I go, and a part of me didn't want to even look at him.
Didn't know what to do, right? Because
so
you're bracing for this impact.
So I just turned to him. I go, what? And he points down. The drumstick was right at my feet. This guy was coming to grab the drumstick.
Oh.
I just, oh, shit. And I picked it up, and then sure enough, the guy stops. He goes like this, and he walks away. Oh. I was like, ha, ha. But, it was... and I caught a shirt that Sammy Hagar threw out once. We were at Van Halen. We had third row seats, 1995, Nassau Coliseum. Third row seats, and everybody's throwing stuff. And I was like, oh, shit, I got nothing to throw. I actually took my socks off. And I threw them at Sammy.
You did not.
I swear.
Why did you do that?
Sammy Hagar caught one of the socks. He realized what he caught, and he did mid-song.
You went, ew.
Yeah, no, he started to laugh. So I was like, score. I made Sammy Hagar laugh. Joe Murphy threw $3 bills up. Alex Van Halen picked them up, put them in his pocket.
That's funny.
Ann says, I watched your interview with Bill. It was great. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Fremder. It's the Ducks. What do you expect with a foul ball? F-O-W-L.
Foul.
Yeah. That was kind of clever. Vicky, Tony, Scott was making a joke because your co-host is Rosie. Oh, is that what he's talking about? Well, I still don't get it. What is the Rosary?
I didn't get it either. I didn't know.
Tony, all right, so let's see where Scott's going with this. He says, Tony, do the podcasts at Governors have to be real? Can someone come in and do a spoof podcast show about all the other Governors' podcasts as a show, asking for a friend?
Gonna make fun?
Scott, I'll tell you what. You want to do that? You want to put something together like this? I'll give you free studio time to do an hour. For just once. Anytime after that, you're fucking paying. But, you want to spoof us? And I'm sure, because I missed that joke, so I'm sure Scott has a lot of stuff he wants to pick on me about.
Funny.
But curious what he does with the other shows as well. But, I'll let you do that, Scott. But first, Here's the deal. You have to tell me who you are first. I've been asking you since you started watching this show who you are, and you have not fessed up. So, all right. We're going to get to Tuesday Trivia in a minute, but first, it is time for Who Is This?
Oh, how exciting. We haven't done this in a little while.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Starting off easy.
Okay.
And then
You say that, and then I won't know who it is.
the first two you will definitely get. No doubt in my mind. You might even get the third. After that, I don't think you're getting any after that.
Okay.
Of the faces, I mean. When I say I'm sure you're getting plenty. But, all right.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah,
oh, I'm
see?
sorry. I'm not
That's
supposed
all right.
to say it.
No, but no,
they
you're
see
saying it at the same time.
Oh,
It's
okay.
popping up. So.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. This next one.
Matt Damon.
Yep. Yeah. Matt Damon to me
Looks exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Yes.
Yep. This one you'll probably get.
Oh.
Ooh.
Who is that? I know he grows up to be pretty handsome.
Yeah. I wonder if you'll agree that he's handsome once you realize who it is. And I'm the worst when it comes to judging if a guy is handsome or not, so I'll rely on you. Vicky wants to get paid to be the Scotch interpreter.
Who is it?
That is Kanye West.
I think he's handsome. But
Really, yeah?
But I don't know. Yeah, I would not have gotten that.
Yep.
No.
All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next 4 I don't think you'll get. The last one after that I think you'll get. But
Okay.
let's start with this one.
I can't even see the face.
Well, all right, I'll zoom in. Think it's a cute kid?
Yeah.
One of your favorites.
I know. Is this one going to blow me away?
No, I don't think so. I think once I tell you, I think you look at it closer, you'll see it. It's George.
George Clooney?
George Clooney.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. He's a cute kid.
Yeah, this one I don't think you'll get. I'll show it here, and then I'll zoom in again.
Wow.
You can tell by the picture that
When it was, yeah.
yeah, this is old. This person's been dead for a long time too.
I don't know. Marilyn Monroe.
If I said to you she's got some splaining to do,
Oh, Lucy.
Lucille Ball.
Oh. Yeah, that's cute. Cute, but I would have never gotten that.
I thought she was a good-looking woman.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I have some beautiful photos. She was like, yeah,
Yeah.
movie star quality. Beautiful.
All right, who's this? I will zoom in on this one as well.
Ah. Look at that cute little nose. I just do not know.
That didn't help you, huh?
No.
You didn't hear me whistling just now?
No, I wasn't listening
okay.
to you. I'm sorry.
I was whistling Piano Man. That is Billy Joel.
Is it really?
Yep. That is Billy Joel.
I would have never, ever, ever gotten that.
Really? Even the eyes?
No.
To me, the eyes are the same. Everything else is... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This one, there is no way you're getting this one. And I will, zoom in on the face there.
Deborah Winger.
Not even close. Actually, it does kind of look like Deborah Winger now that you say that, but...
Yeah, it was just a weird, the mouth thing happening, so...
There is a new documentary about this woman that I actually would like to see, and I bet you do too.
Okay.
I think it just came out within the past week.
I I don't know, but when you tell me, I'm sure I'll be in.
That is Baba Wawa.
Oh, really?
That's Barbara Walters.
All
Yep.
right, which really accounts for the strange mouth thing.
Yeah, true. Very true. All right, now, are you ready for this next one?
Mhm.
The last one. I think you're going to get it right away. I picked this one just for you. Who is that? Are you not getting this? Oh, I thought for sure you would get that.
Oh, it's Donald Trump.
That is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yes. Even as a kid, he looks miserable.
Because they painted cheeks on him. It's not even. It's not even
Yeah,
like a real photo. They photoshopped it. See, everything about him is a lie. No.
But I'm just the expression though, like
Yeah.
the guy smile.
Sorry. Can't help myself.
Hey,
Not a
that's
fan.
cool. You're entitled. So there you go. Vicky says, well, she's Andrea's interpreter too. Yes, you are. Billy Joel and Paul Giamatti are the same person, says Scott. Yeah, they definitely see it in the eyes. Fremder, if Arnold Schwarzenegger was black, oh yeah, I'm not reading that one.
Don't read it.
No, definitely not reading that. Oh my goodness. All right, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for some Tuesday trivia. The way this works, I'm going to ask some random trivia questions, 10 to be exact. You're going to answer them. Diane's going to answer them. I ask all 10 without giving the answer, and then I go back, read them again. I go over everybody's answers, and then I make fun of you for your wrong answers, and I tell you the real answer. All you got to do is play. If you'd like to see a show here, Governor's Comedy Club, Levittown, Belmore, Bohemia, all you got to do is play. Doesn't matter how many you get right or wrong. Just for playing, for participating, you let me know when you'd like to come see a show at Governor's. I can get you into most of the shows. There's some great shows this weekend, which I'll get to later. All right. Question number 1. Nice and easy. Who played, I'm looking for the actors' names, not the characters, the actors' real names. Who played the Bionic Man and the Bionic Woman?
Lee Majors and Lindsay Wagner.
I've asked this question before. I think it's been a long time, so I'm asking it again. What percentage of Americans believe Sherlock Holmes was a real person? Multiple choice. 10%, 25%, 55%.
55.
55?
Yeah.
Wow, you really think people are stupid?
No.
No, I'm joking. Question number 3. Another easy one if you're our age. Who sang the title song for the Bond film, The Spy Who Loved Me?
Carly Simon.
In which state is the Mojave Desert? In which state is the Mojave Desert? Excuse me.
New Mexico? Could be. I don't know.
Could be. What type of love songs did Paul McCartney and Wings sing about?
Silly love songs. One of my very favorite songs.
Is that right?
I love it.
I admit I do love that song too. Mark White of the Spin Doctors, or formerly the Spin Doctors. Actually, I have to get him on here. He hasn't been on here in a while. He used to be regularly on here all the time. He said he loves that song. He says because he was the bass player. He said that was one of the best bass
line
lines. Yep.
in the world.
Yep.
I agree.
Absolutely. This one I didn't know, and I meant to look up, but I forgot. What was Bill Clinton's birth name?
William Jefferson Clinton. Oh, I don't know.
I need to figure this one out. All right. Question number 7. No, it doesn't get much easier than this. What is Cookie Monster's theme song?
Cookie Monster's theme song.
What's the song he sang all the time? Oh,
I don't know. I know that's going to make me crazy.
Either that'll come to you, or when I tell you what it is, you're going to be singing it. Question number 8. How do you make holy water? How do you make holy water?
I know it's a joke. I'm not good with punchlines until I hear them. Then I go, oh, that's good.
Is that what you? Oh. Question number 9. Give me the definition of the word pugilistic. Pugilistic. Pugilistic.
You know, I've heard this word before, but I don't think I know what it means. I mean, if you used it in context, I might know, but...
Diane is not pugilistic at
so
all.
Vague.
Diane is the opposite of pugilistic.
Again, could be a million things.
John Rusciello calls in on Wednesdays, all pugilistic.
Argumentative, irate, angry. I don't know.
And the last question, ladies and gentlemen. A caprophiliac has sex with who or what? Caprophiliac. CAPRIPHILIAC. Caprophiliac has sex with what or who?
No idea.
All right. Well, you think about it.
Okay, I'll think about it.
All right. Let's scroll back and see what answers you guys have. All right. Who played the Bionic Man and the Bionic Woman? You said?
Lee Majors and Lindsay Wagner.
That would be correct. Vicky got it right also. John Rusciello just wrote Majors. That's one person, John. I was looking for 2. Nobody else answered that one, huh? I'm surprised. I thought that was easy. Oh, Jeff Bosey's watching. Hi, Jeff. What percentage of Americans believe Sherlock Holmes was real? 10%, 25%, 55%. You said?
55%.
Jeff Bosey said 25. Ann also agrees 55. Vicky agrees 55. John Rusciello said 25. So basically we got guys versus girls on that question. And the guys won it. 25% of Americans believe Sherlock Holmes was real. See, to me, that's still too freaking high. What in the world is wrong with you people? I'm not saying it to you.
Oh, I don't know. I think there is a perception that that's fiction based on true real people.
Really?
That's all.
To me, he's just as fictional as the Bionic Man. Like, I don't know where people get that from.
I don't think so.
Yeah?
No.
Why?
I don't know why.
Oh,
I just...
Okay. Who sang the title song for the Bond film, The Spy Who Loved Me? You said?
Carly Simon.
That would be correct. Scott says, wait, Sherlock Holmes wasn't real? Vicky got it right. That's the only person I see who answered it. Okay. Where are we? Which state is the Mojave Desert? You said?
New Mexico.
Jeff Bosey said the same thing. Ann says California.
Could be.
John Rusciello says California. Vicky also says New Mexico. Now, all right. Now, Ann says California. It's right in her hometown. So maybe she's got the right answer. I have Nevada. That's the answer I have.
Okay.
So, Ann, feel free to correct me.
It could run between 2 states, too.
That could be, too. What type of love songs did Paul McCartney and Wings sing about?
Silly love songs.
Correct. Bosey said sad songs. That's Elton John. John Rusciello got it right. Vicky got it right as well. Bill Clinton's birth name. You said?
William Jefferson Clinton.
Bosey just said William. Rusciello says William Jefferson. Scott says Monica. Yeah, see, Ann says she was born and raised on the Mojave Desert. Okay. Oh, Vicky's Googling. I'm telling you, she's hitting the Google. She got this answer correct. William Jefferson Blythe III.
Oh.
So that's I never knew that. So where did Clinton come in? Other than Monica.
No, Clinton is the last name. Blythe is probably the third name. Like my grandson has 4 names.
No, but it's William. It's William Jefferson Blythe III.
Really?
So it wouldn't be William Jefferson Blythe III Clinton. Like Clinton would come before that. So
I don't know. I'm gonna Google.
Okay. Speaking of Blythe, you should have known that, Jeff, since your lovely better half is Blythe. Let's see.
No, William Jefferson Blythe.
Yeah.
II
Well,
was an American salesman.
right. But
He was the biological father of Bill Clinton. 3 months before his son was born, Blythe drowned in a car crash.
okay.
So then I guess
So he was born Blythe, and then maybe did his mother remarry or something, and he changed the name.
I don't know the answer to that. Blythe married Blythe. I'm sure that's what happened. That he got a new last name when his mom remarried.
That would be my guess.
Yeah. That's very interesting. So Virginia, okay. So Bill, as a teen, took stepfather's surname and became known as Bill Clinton
There
when
you
he
go.
was 13.
Okay. Oh, cool. All right. Very nice. I liked Bill Clinton. I liked him. I know a lot of people didn't, but I did.
Who, Bill Clinton?
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah. Where were we? Oh, okay. What is Cookie Monster's theme song? Did it come to you yet?
No.
John Rusiello got it. Vicky got it. Oh, Fremder. I'm not reading that. Okay. Cookie Monster's theme song. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. You don't know this one, do you?
Don't. And all I could think in my mind, and I know it's Ernie, is Rubber Ducky. I couldn't think of a song.
Oh, yeah. Then Bert, he had a song for
You're the one.
Bert sang to the pigeons.
I'm sure he
Yeah.
did.
Wow, I thought for sure you would know that one.
I did not know it.
All right, here's a bonus one to save yourself. What was Cookie Monster's name? He actually has a name.
I don't know the
He's
answer
not
to that.
just. I think it was. I asked this a
Cookie.
long time ago. That's very good.
Thank you.
I think his name is Sam. Oh, it's Sid.
Sid.
Cookie Monster's real name is Sid.
Cookie.
He revealed his name on a Sesame Street episode in 2004 during a song called "The First Time Me Eat Me Cookie." Okay, we're learning a lot about Cookie Monster today. Apparently. All right. How do you make holy water? Vicky says you bless the water.
You blow bubbles.
From his Clinton's real name is Cigar. You don't bless it. Ann said same thing. You bless it.
Right, that's the literal answer, but I know this is
Yes.
a joke. So
Bosie got it. Well, Bosie says burn. It's boil. You boil the hell out of it.
boil the hell out of it. I gotcha. That's good.
Pugilistic. What is the definition of the word pugilistic? Bosie says to be fat. No. You said somebody who's angry. Vicky said somebody who's ready to fight.
Only based on your clues. I didn't know the answer.
Right, yeah, because I said it's the opposite of you, and it's when John Rusiello calls in on Wednesdays. Yes, Vicky is correct. Inclined or eager to fight.
Right. Okay.
And that's John on Wednesdays. He calls in looking to fight Mike.
Because he loves Mike. That's why.
Very true.
I know.
Very true. Caprophiliac has sex with who or what? Ann said dead people.
That's a necrophiliac.
Yes. Scott, pay a priest $5 for a bottle of water so he can bless it. Okay. A caprophiliac has sex with what? Bosie says baseball caps. All right, from I'm not reading that one either. Vicky, people playing with poo. No, that's incorrect. People have sex with Colin Kaepernick, says Scott. Very clever. Pugilistic is how they make holy water. Oh, Fremder. Oh, all right. So the Mojave Desert is actually in 4 states, according to John. All
Which
right.
would make sense.
Yep.
That. Just like the Grand Canyon's in multiple states.
True, right. The Mojave Desert stretches through Nevada, Utah, and Arizona, says Ann. I'm from the southern part of the Mojave Desert near Death Valley. Diane not wearing pride colors, but her outfit is making us all proud. Very true. Very true. A caprophiliac is someone who has sex with goats.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
How do you like that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And that might happen across 4 states as well. All right. It is time to get the hell out of here. You're playing this weekend, aren't you?
I am at the Bethpage Fire Department. There's some kind of event, cigar and bourbon event. Yeah, I actually there's a flyer for it. Did I take a screenshot or not? I always do silly things. I guess I didn't take a screenshot. Okay.
I always do silly things.
I take a screenshot and then it gets wasted because I don't use it for anything. So I
actually do that too.
Nope. I guess I don't have it, but I am.
Well, you can email it to me or text it to me, and I'll put it up tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'll share it the rest of the week.
Sounds like a plan.
So, that's when? Saturday?
Saturday from, I think it's like 6 to 10.
Oh, okay. Go see Diane sing on Saturday.
So.
Or, actually, go around 6 to see Diane sing. And then at 7:30, come to Governor's and see Megan Hanley in the Giggle Room. Showtime is 7:30. It'll probably start a few minutes after that.
Interesting, which is why I didn't really mention it, because I did, like I said, I watched your show and I see Megan Hanley's going to be here Saturday. So
She's great.
I would not
plug
my gig over that.
Some people want to see a comedy show, so they should come to Governor's. Some people want to see music, so they should go see you.
Well,
Absolutely. But like I said, you might even be able to do both. So go see Megan. We're talking about Governor's, the Giggle Room here in Levittown, the main stage here in Levittown, the brokerage in Belmore, McGuire's out east in Bohemia. Martin Amini playing the main club Friday and Saturday. The Uncle Louie Variety Show is here at the main club on Sunday. Have you ever seen them?
No.
You free Sunday? Maybe I can get you in.
I don't know. It
No?
depends on
Okay.
the weather, if there's a boat or not. I may be on Fire Island.
Those
Sundays
guys are
hard.
awesome. One Funny Lisa Marie is at the Suffolk Theater on Sunday, and that's a Governor's presentation. In the Giggle Room this weekend, Terry McNeely, Mike Tanzi, Nicole LaMonaco, Joe Winchell, among others, on Saturday. And then, like I said, no, wait a minute, what? No, that's Friday. And then Megan Saturday, right, okay. At the brokerage, John Rudnitsky, Friday and Saturday. The Laugh Off, the Great Long Island Laugh Off has started, and I believe it continues Sunday. And I think there might be one round at McGuire's on Thursday. I forget. But Luis Lopez is playing McGuire's Friday and Saturday. And don't forget, July 9th, Governor's presents at the Room at the Clubhouse, it's called, in East Hampton. The Room at the Clubhouse. Tom Arnold will be performing.
Wow.
And I've had some contact with Tom Arnold's people. I'm hoping to get him on this show, but nothing is set up yet. But I'm hoping.
Well, you didn't tell him I'm going to be here.
You're right. I should.
I mean, really. Actually, next Tuesday I won't be here.
That's July 2nd?
Yeah.
Funny you should say that.
Oh, because there's no show?
There's no show.
Oh, so I'm not absent.
You're not
absent. No, you know why? My boss is going away. He leaves that day, and I have to be at work the whole day.
Oh, so you have to be the boss.
I have to be the boss.
You're the boss anyway.
So, yeah, I can't not be there. I have to work. All right, good. So I'm not going to miss a show.
I will not be here next Tuesday. Lisa has like a cancerous thing that has to get removed from her nose.
Okay, good. I'm glad she's getting that taken care of. That's important.
Yes, it is.
Good.
So I'll be driving her, and no show next Tuesday. But I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too, but we'll be back the following week.
We will.
The 9th.
Definitely will.
Yeah.
govs.com. Go to govs.com. Make your reservations. Go see some great comedy shows. Goat sex is totally overrated, says Scott. I gave it gave it to that goat, and the thing went bad. Have fun at the Met game. Thank you, Scott. Ann is looking forward to Magic Mike tomorrow. Okay. And today is Tuesday, so what do we got? I'm going to the Met game, so there's no Chris Roach tonight. There's no Hershey and the Keegs. But there is Peter Schwartz at 1 o'clock in a half hour.
Let's go, Mets. I'm going to look for you in the stands. You got to tell me where you're going to be.
I don't remember. Actually, I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
I
look for you.
I already have the ticket out. Here we go. Section 112, wherever that is. Oh, and I have club access to the Metro Heineken Hudson Club.
Well, 112, you're down low. I'm
Yeah.
gonna look for it. I'll look on the
Well,
map. and
if
I'll
it's
find
hot,
it.
I'll be in the club.
Whew.
We'll have to. Yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping for a nice breeze. So, and I'm hoping for a win. Damn it. So, Gov's Comedy Club
Who you going
podcast.
with?
I'm going with Lisa.
Oh, awesome.
It was a Christmas
Woohoo!
gift from her, and she offered to go.
Good gift, Lisa.
And then maybe I'll hit a home run after the game. Gov's Comedy Club podcast. We got Peter at 1. What am I? Oh, Knock'em Dead Comedy. Knock'emDeadComedy.com. There it is right there. Knock'emDeadComedy.com. Go there and get information on how you can hire us for your event. We are out of here.
We're out of here.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
Maybe I'll see you Saturday in Bethpage. All right. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Enjoy Peter at 1 o'clock, and we'll see you.